Oh, my voice a little hoarse. Um, so I'm here to tell you a couple stories and tell you what's going on. So this video is, hmm, I would say like a vent video, but I guess it's venting and truth, right? So, and they say it's three sides to every story, just being honest. But it's gonna be so uncut and raw that you could take my last breath away. Ooh, you might want to eat. You might want to text me because it just went down. Sus, I'm just keeping it real. Like it went down. Like I was gonna call you if you was up, but your mouth gonna be open, so I'm gonna have to talk to you immediately because it's family shit going on. Okay. When you get off, you need to call me ASAP. Like I'm for real. Like it's you know when I'm serious and when I'm not. Like it's that deep. You're gonna have to intercept and you're gonna be in shock. So anyway, talk to my sister in a minute. But let me say this too. This video might offend some people. So if you someone that get offended easily, click off. If the truth bothers you, click off. Okay? So let me say this. My sister that's on the live is half the reason why I'm so angry. Not at her, but for her. Okay? Um, so I am in South Carolina. Far away from Lucretia, that is my sister. Tara, whom is my sister. All my nieces. I'm away from my nephews, Andrew. I'm away from everybody that mean the world to me. Okay? So, let me breathe before I start. This video is not for pity. It's therapeutic for me. Okay? When the person that invited me down here see this video, Nicole, she's gonna be mad. Because the truth shall set you free, but first it's gonna piss you the fuck off. So here's my truth. I left Indiana and everything was fine. Everything was fine. Here, one of my sisters got diagnosed with cancer. A cancer that's uncurable. My niece had to get a shunt put in her head. They had to cut my niece's scalp open in the back, open her brain up, and put a metal object in there. Full-blooded sister, same mother, same father. When my mother and my father divorced, when my grandparents passed, this is us. Granddaddy passed, this is us. Grandmother passed, this is us. One of my sisters got diagnosed with cancer. This is me and Tara. We locked in, okay? Each other. So I say that to say, the phone tell me these things. Hearing any of them call me and tell me any of these things is anxiety, panic attacks, sorrow, pain, and grief. Grieving the fact that I'm not a part of the situation. Grieving the fact that every appointment my sister go to for cancer, I will be there. Grieving the fact that my niece had to be put to sleep and my sister had to sit there without me. Grieving the fact that my mother got diagnosed with congestive heart failure since I've been here. Grieving the fact that I can't hold these people's hand because these are the people that have held my hand in the most horrific times of my life. Was at my worst. When I was at my complete worst. And I mean in a depression state, anxiety. I could go sleep in my sister's bed. The sister that is diagnosed with cancer, but that is fighting and she's going to make it. I could go lay in this sister's bed My sister Lucretia gonna feed me. She gonna take care of me. She's going to do everything. Knows what I'm dealing with, feeling like not so much as a failure, but more of a I failed them. I failed to be there in person. Have I been supportive over the phone? Fuck yeah. So I don't want to bore you with that. Let's get to what we really finna get to. So everybody always asks me, what are you doing down here? And tonight, portal open, I just felt the need to expose the person. This video because I know you. So here it is. I want to be so honest with you. I'm gonna talk to you like we share the same blood. I'm gonna be so uncut and raw with you right now because the Holy Spirit didn't put it on me to say something to you in the most respectful way though. When you meet men and women, just because somebody's 42, 35, 72, somebody can have the brain capacity of a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old. You lack maturity as a woman. One thing I've noticed since I've got to South Carolina is that everybody had kids too soon. And I really feel bad for that situation. And that can happen in any situation. My sister Lucretia had her son very early. Okay? So with that being said, that's no really excuse. You feel me? Because, and I'm saying my sister's name because she okay with it. My sister's a grown-ass woman. Lucretia's a grown-ass woman. She gave birth under the age of 16, but she's still a grown mom. That mind is grown. Adult decisions. I don't know where and what the fuck happened down here, but it's bad. Okay? So, I met a subscriber, no different than I'm talking to you guys. And it was more so of we build on a bond of friendship, of sisterhood. So what I thought. Part of me, my sister that already passed, rest in peace, Armetta. So I like you see what I'm saying? My sister that passed 2 years ago would say, and she always told me, you are so naive. Sometimes I worry about you going outside because people take advantage of you. This is what my big sister said. The big OG, triple OG. And now that she's gone, I sit back and I see the naiveness. And so in some ways I would say, I haven't read no comments and I will in 1 minute. I would say that I was taken advantage of. And what I mean by that is I can come off as gullible to someone, right? So I come down here off the word of someone that I have been talking to every day, building a friendship with. We cool. Of course, I'm getting my own place when I get down here. But here's where you fucked up at. Because I got to get it off my chest. I got to get it off my chest. Because you have somewhat shook up my entire life. One thing I've learned about you, my dear, and it's unfortunate that I met you, and it put a nasty taste in my mouth where I don't even want to meet no more subscribers. Well, I don't want to meet no more followers because you, my dear, were tarnished, unhealed, and in a bad space where it was more of misery loves company. So you invited me down here off the fact that you were miserable. Let's just admit that. And let's be honest. I am Phoenix. I gave birth to physically 2 children. That's it. You gave birth to 4. 2 whom you don't have custody of. So you had no business inviting anyone down here in your energy until you get your shit together. You can't help anybody until you help yourself. Let me be a big sister to you right now. Let me mentor you. Let me help you a little bit. Because I know you're still watching. And I don't care who sees this. Sweep your own front. Let me tell you something my grandmother told me. Rest in peace. I'll forget more. Sweep your own front porch before you go sweeping another motherfucker. You can't help nobody till you help yourself. Thing is, where are your children? Ain't that what the commercials say when it's late at night? Do you know where your children are? Because I do. Do you? No, you don't. Somebody put up 919. That's my daughter's birthday. So now I know I'm supposed to come at you. And then you put it at 808, boomerang effect. What you put out is coming back to you. So, with all those eights up there, 88 people in here, and 8 thumbs up, I know I'm supposed to be making this video now. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for confirmation. My 919 downstairs. So, I got here, didn't know your situation, didn't know what all the children were that you gave birth to, because I would have never came off of that. I don't, as a woman, I don't fuck with no individual on this earth that don't take care of their children. When I say this to you, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm the type of person that would have been obsessing about getting my kids back. I couldn't even be watching no tarot. I wouldn't even know who Phoenix Rising is because I wouldn't give a damn. I would want to know where my child is. Damn Phoenix. Damn a reading. Damn a Q&A. Forget it all. The children come first. I can't never be cool with no woman that ain't got her children and ain't fighting back to get the children. We can't be cool. We can't kumbaya. What you? So that right there, it penetrates my soul. Cause you got me down here under false pretenses, sis. But I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let karma whoop your ass. Cause it seems to already be doing that. So then I get down here. You don't got 2 of them, but then you do got 2, and then the 2 you do got, one of them is cool, but the other one rude as hell. Don't speak. Don't say grand rising. Don't say good night. Don't say peekaboo, hot you, fuck you, nothing. I ain't reading that comment because I'm on the road. Give me a minute. Be so much of Southern hospitality. Where it's at? I'll wait for it at the door. The day you picked me up from the airport, let's put it all on the table. We'll Portia say, let's put it all on the table. Just like the housewives do. Let's put this shit on the table. The day I got off the plane, okay, to come here to get my own house for you to show me around and all XYZ. As we called it, a sisterhood, right? That's what it was supposed to be. You took me after I had been on a plane for 2.5 hours, and I had to switch planes, and my dog had a broken leg. He was in a cast. Let me get the Bible so you can know how true. I want to get the Bible and put my hand on it because I ain't playing with nobody. Hold on one second because I'm not playing. Because I ain't got time. Spirit, you can take my last breath. If I'm lying about anything, take it. Keep it. Okay? Got off the plane. Instead of you taking me to a bathroom with my 2 children and my dog, you took me to a fight. You took me to a ghetto ass fight in the projects out here. That's what you did. You didn't say, you gotta go to the bathroom. You need some water. Who raised y'all? Who raised you? Because they did a horrible fucking job. And at this point in my life, I'm over it. I'm over being nice. As Nene say, Nene is here. Nene put the fuck up. 12-13, Nene put the fuck up. Nene is in the motherfucking house. Who raised you? Where's your hospitality? What if I had to go to the bathroom? In my feelings of how I feel intuitively, not my human feelings, my intuition tells me you was trying to impress me. You took me there to impress me. It was not impressive to watch you and your daughter fight the first day I got here. It was traumatizing. And in some way, as a woman maturing, you would think that you would say some type of apology. Like, oh my God, what was I thinking? They didn't even know nobody here, and this is what I exposed them to. And you don't have no, you pulled up and said your daughter had got into it with somebody, and then you brought your teenage daughter, your youngest daughter, and then she started fighting, and then you fighting, and then you even get your ass whooped by a 18, 17-year-old. Why was I there? Why was I there? What's really going on? So, crazy. Um, so then we eventually go to the house, and your oldest child, and the Aquarius, your oldest child, you took me and I watched the Virgo fight for absolutely no reason. And this is the child that got injuries and should not be fighting, and you know where injuries came from. And I'm not understanding why I was there. Why was I there? This is the home, and your whom lives with you don't speak from the day I arrived to your home. Let's keep it a buck. Day I arrived to your home, your daughter didn't speak or nothing, and literally had basically made it clear that she felt uncomfortable with us being there. So what's wrong with you? This falls on you. You are a grown ass woman. If she didn't want us there, why was you so pressed to get us there? Why cause so much confusion? And then you wonder why you can't keep a man or why you don't have a man. This is why. Why would you? Why would you? Help me to understand. Please. Because as I said, if anybody that know me that's watching this know that I ain't lying. They know I got my hand on the Bible. He can take my last breath because I'm so sick of you. I am so sick of seeing your people. I'm sick of it. Okay? And it's time for you to be accountable for the things you've done. You know, live. Did I ask for you? Did I ask for anything? Somebody failed you too. It's so many parents that have failed people. I don't know. I don't know who's begging for what because I didn't ask you for a nickel, a dime, a penny, a cent, or nothing. I said I was venting. 2 + 2 is 4. Take your ass back to school. Learn how to add, subtract. Make the shit that make come out your mouth. Make it make sense when you're talking to me. Because let me tell you who you're talking to. A full-blooded Sagittarius. So don't come for me unless I send for you. And I did not send for you, so go sit down. Find you somebody else to play with. I didn't ask for I didn't ask for a dime. I didn't ask for a follow, a subscribe, or nothing. It's the full moon, and I'm going to let you have it right now because you must be bored. Okay? But I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. Period, boo. So as I said, I'm going to finish what I was saying. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I ain't see you. I ain't see you, CC. Cause I don't even know who in the chat. I'm gonna go back and read it in a minute. So let me finish, cause I was really interrupted by the devil. Cause the devil will send his people. Love to send his people, cause he ain't got nothing else to do. An idle mind is the devil's playground, and I guess he got your mind idled up tonight. So I'm gonna let him play with you, though. Anyway, so my point is, after all of this situation, get to the house. She didn't want me there. She didn't want my kids there. She didn't want nobody there. She didn't want nobody there. So, but now I'm in a situation where I gotta wait 4 to 6 weeks. I already knew this though. It could be, me and her already talked about it. It could be a month or so before my house is ready. But now you got me in a situation. I'm not staying with my mother, cousin. I'm staying with you as a friend, and your people are treating me like shit. Your children. Or child. Excuse me. Because I want to be honest. The Virgo was the sweetest thing on God's green earth. Sweetest child I ever met she had. Okay? Sweet angel. A shepherd for the devil. How you wake up mad, go to sleep mad, walk around mad, disgusting. So my MO was, once I seen the energy in the home, I was like, oh, okay, it's time to go. And it had even got to a point, it was one particular day that the individual, this Sagittarius, okay, this Sagittarius so-called person that was monitoring my Q&As that invited me down here, it had got to a point where she knew the tension was so turbulent with me and her oldest daughter that she was trying to jokingly get us cool. But the daughter was not bending at all. It was like And as a matter of fact, before my house had even got ready, she had decided to move out because of me and my children. Now, mind you, me and my children wasn't doing nothing but waiting for our house. They went. I provided my food. I didn't ask nobody to do nothing for me. Okay, I bought food with cash every day if I had to. Tried to stay out the way. Tried to stay quiet. Baby, it was times that I slept in your kitchen in a chair to take a nap because I wanted to be away from everybody. So can't nobody tell me what extent I didn't go to not be in nobody's way. But it's really shame on you. It's one of them things I barely ever tell somebody shame on them other than you're disgusting. But I have to tell you, you're quite disgusting because you sleep at night like you didn't do no wrong. You somewhere like it ain't like it's good and it's not good. It's not good with the children. It's not good with me. It's not good with the Holy Spirit. It's just not good. What's wrong? So, but misery loves company. That's how I got down here. If everybody want to know, she's miserable and thought I was going to be her company. And I jumped ship on her. See, because what's weird is, then you invite me down here. Me and my children sleeping in your living room. We got our blow up mattress. Ain't asking for nothing. Try to bring our own blankets. Couldn't bring pillows. Brought as much as we could. Stayed as quiet as we could. Okay? But you know how it is. Y'all know if you a person that been through some shit, how it is staying with somebody and not having your own. Temperature on whatever she wanted to be on, you know. And that was the crazy part. I remember her saying one day that she had the temperature on 68 because the daughter that was rude, the oldest daughter, she don't like it to be a certain temperature. So she wanted to make sure she was cool. And me and my kids downstairs, we froze in that living room for 6 weeks. It was about 67 degrees every day. It was times we could warm up our food and it would get cold right away. But this is your hospitality. This is the bullshit you invite me to. Why didn't you just leave me where I was at? That's the sad part. You know, like it's like it makes me so nauseous the fact that you invited me down here to be mistreated, to be in a position where you knew that this oldest kid of yours, that's a grown ass woman that should have had her own before I even got down here, has a problem. My children were minors. That I want y'all to know that too. Her daughter was 21, 22, 23. She was an adult. She was literally mistreating a 12-year-old little girl. Coming in the house, not speaking to my daughter, my youngest daughter. And this is my baby that then had mental health issues, that then been through a lot. Both of my kids have. But it's like, why would you do that? Why would you disrupt? This individual that invited me down here knew all of that. Why would you disrupt my life to have my kids come down here to be mistreated by your child? You think you're gonna have some good karma behind this? Child, this is so funny. This is hilarious. So, needless to say, and then it started being like the nitpicking. You could just tell we was being talked about behind our back. The oldest one started moving her stuff out slowly, mumbling under her breath. Had literally one day told her grandmother to come over there to talk shit to me. Okay? So now the individual that invites me over there, mother now has come over there to be mean to me. Talking about what you doing. I'm at the table. Man, her table in her kitchen. This is someone I met, like I'm meeting you. Let me name somebody. Cece. I'm going to name somebody I'm comfortable with. Cece Bloom, my sister. Cece see my whole setup. So Cece know if I come stay with her. Cece Bloom know I got to bring all this with her. Right? All this with me. So I go to Cece house. And now Cece mom come over. And Cece let her mama come in and disrespect my table and talk crazy to me. What's all that? What you call yourself doing? Why would Cece would never invite me then? Because Cece know 2 plus 2 is 4. Let's say she does have a mother that would do that. That doesn't mean you can control it. I get that you can't. Don't invite anybody, Riri. What? But instead, you so pressed. You so pressed. I get down here, and then what made me make this video is tonight, the blow up happened. Now, mind you, she got a brother, younger brother. And I don't know him. I met him through her, of course. So tonight we out, and I have no problem being honest with you and tell you he's a decent looking guy. And I had flirted with him in the past, not knowingly remembering where I had met him from. You know how you like, I know this man from somewhere. And then he finally was like, oh, I'm so-and-so's brother. And I'm like, oh, the fuck, never mind. So let me live in my truth, okay? Because I don't care. I think he thinks I care, but I wanted to air myself out because I don't genuinely give a damn. So tonight, let's fast forward to how we got to this video. I'm out doing my thing. He walks up, talking to me, talking to one of my kids, the oldest one, is an adult. And, you know, he's like, yeah, da da da. And I'm like, stop acting like you don't know who I am. Like, you know who I am. Like, stop playing crazy. So he's like, oh yeah, you that girl my sister invited down here. We had warned her. Don't do it. The fuck you warned her about me? That was the first thing I took offense for. He warned her. Did you hear what he said? Let's rewind it for retrograde. Let's hit it. He said, him had said, he had to warn me and my family, my mom and them warned her about inviting you down here. What was that a warning about? I didn't steal nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't talk to nobody. I slept in the chest sometimes. I'm trying to figure out what are we talking about? Like, it got to the point I was like, okay, let me go back and rewind. Warn? Shouldn't somebody have warned me? Shouldn't somebody have warned me and told me, hey, I, didn't, I have never, well, I would say nobody could warn me because, of course, I didn't know anybody down here to warn me. But what I'm basically saying is that situation should have came with a warning, a huge warning, but it didn't. So in my eyes, it was like, who is he talking to when he said that? Like, okay. So that was the first thing. He was like, yeah, we had warned her, da 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 da. Well, in my mind, I said, I wish somebody had told me she had only had 2 out of 4 kids. I wish somebody had told me that she didn't teach her children to speak when spoken to, especially a grown adult child. I wish somebody had told. I could name a couple things I wish I had known before I had did what I did, but I did not know that. So anyway, he ends up saying that to me, and then he says, what did he say after that? Just a few minutes ago. He was basically disputing. He was disputing the fact that he didn't feel like it was an issue about his oldest niece being rude to my youngest daughter. So what I kept reflecting on, I was like, so you don't feel that, and this is me. At the time, she was 12. But let's just say Cece had a 4-year-old, and I went to her house to stay. And let's just say my 12-year-old was being rude to Cece's 4-year-old. When I tell you I'm going to check my 12-year-old, and I'm going to get her all the way in line, like that ain't what we finna do, sis. Because first of all, we at somebody's house. Secondly, this child is younger than you. Thirdly, I didn't raise you like that. You understand what I'm saying? So why would you think your 20, at the time, this girl had to be 22, between the ages of 22 and 24. Why would you think that your oldest child that lives here is not intimidating my 12-year-old by slamming doors, getting an attitude, walking in, bringing this energy as if she don't want us there? Even if she didn't want us there, the point is it's a child involved. And I would feel like as an adult that anytime a child is involved is when all bets is off. And what I mean by that is just chill the fuck out. That's no different than if I'm dating somebody and I'm angry with this person. I don't have to express it so loudly that his child hears me. It's a time and a place for everything, and I feel like people should be respectful to children. So in my perspective, as I was explaining to the jackass brother that has no mannerism, no respect, okay? You should feel as an uncle, you should be saying right now, you know what? Yeah, she invited you down here, and I know how my niece could get. Cause stop acting like, stop playing. Let's all stop playing like we don't know how this individual can really get, because we all know, especially the family. And she even said it. She was like, yeah, I know how she could get. And okay, so if you know that, then what are we doing here? Period. Comments. Y'all is going in on the comments. Okay. That's the manipulator. I'm whatever you want me to be tonight. I'm a police officer. I'm a janitor. I'm a giraffe. Whatever you say I am, Bob. Okay. Yes, loving me. You are right. 87. Um. Yeah, Bob. Bob, you right. I'm gaslighting. Whatever. Whatever Bob say, y'all. For one, it's a full moon, so all the demons is out. So it don't really bother me, you know. Yeah. Well, say hi to it. Just look at it. It must be your mama right there. Then. So tell your mama hi if your mama behind me, cause I know good and goddamn well ain't nothing behind me. I can see. See, this is what I mean, and this is what I mean by what irritates me about the South. People play slow. They play slow and they think you slow. Cause at the end of the day, one thing about me is once my sister told me one time that I was gullible and naive, I started paying attention to everything that people do. So I know when somebody's trying to get me hyped up, and baby, you don't see nothing behind me. You just bored. And the fact that you up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and even if you did see something behind me at 5 o'clock in the morning, you know how lame it is that you watching at 5. That means you a fan. Anybody that's watching me and you're not saying nothing and you don't like me, it makes you a fan. You don't. There are supporters. There's CC. There's 27 supporters watching. But there are people that's also, I call you a fan because you are a fan. You're not supporting. You're just watching. You're just hanging in here. So I'm gonna let you have that. Okay. So thank you, fans, for all your negative comments. You keep me relevant, and I really appreciate. What I appreciate most is that I live rent free in your mind. I might have to pay rent where I'm at, but in your mind, I get to live rent free. Like right now, I'm in your brain and I ain't paying you no money and no attention. Checkmate. Anyway, so my point is, I didn't understand why he was defending the fact that his niece was being a jackass to my 12-year-old. She didn't ask to be here in this situation, nor did she ask to come to the house. This is all what your sister wanted. And if you warned her, and then he got to talking about her, talking about, yeah, me and her ain't that close. Well, she had already told me that. So y'all really have bamboozled me, hoodwinked, got me in the middle of y'all BS at the end of the day. Cause so as I'm sitting there listening to him talk, and he's still talking. Oh, you can't say that, da 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 da. And he even brings up, oh well, yeah, when you first seen me and didn't remember who I was, you had said I was cute, you was perfect. Okay, I can tell you I did that. What people really killed me is that. Well, I want to say this to everybody: her brother, the dog, the cat, everybody. Heaven or hell to put me in. I don't give two damns what you think about me. I don't care what you think about what I do. I just don't. It doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not living for your approval at the end of the day. So, it is what it is. So, I don't. If I was to get upset about everybody and everything somebody said about me, I'd drive myself crazy, and that's just crazy. So, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is I'm not seeking nobody's approval. Um, and he went on to defend her basically. Well, defend the situation. He's like, well, it don't say that about my niece. Why are you not saying that about your niece? Why is this not a problem for you? So now I know there's something wrong with you and your sister. Because me and my sister would be embarrassed. Me and my sister would check our child. Me and my sister would say, hey, you know what? You're not gonna do that. We didn't raise you like that. Like, this woman is not from here. She speaks to you, you speak back. You don't make them children feel uncomfortable. These are kids. They are mindless. So why are you doing that? Why are you stomping through the house and making little comments? And, it had got to the point that I was just really just waiting on pins and needles to go. I didn't even feel comfortable sleeping, showering, nor talking. So for me, it was one of them things. I say every test has a testimony, and I feel like this was a huge test for me of patience and perseverance. And I made it through the storm, and I'm completely fine. But what I'm not fine with is people not knowing the truth. And what I'm not gonna do is let your brother tell people what you have came up with and what you have decided to alter to make you look like the villain, the victim, and make me like the villain. Because I'm never the villain. And when I am the villain, as a true Sagittarius, as a true, because you a fake one, you a fake Sagittarius, as a true Sagittarius, I I stand in it. There are days that I can be the motherfucking villain. If I need to be the villain, I will be the villain, especially when it comes to my children. So tonight, he did meet the villain. So hello, that's who I am. And as I told him, I'm gonna stand on business for mine. Like he gonna stand on business for y'all, I'm gonna stand 10 toes for mine. So I had to calm down because he was more on some. This is what this man said. I want to tell y'all what how far it went. He got so mad that he stood out of the place we were standing at. It was like a little lounge club bar. He didn't told anybody that walk up, he gonna get them $100 if they hit me. You heard what I said. He got so mad at the dispute because he can't touch me. He like, oh, I don't care. I'm gonna get one of my homegirls to knock you out. This her brother now. This what she invited me down to. Remind you, I got off the plane to a fight, and then now he on some BS. So, as a true Sagittarius, I don't run from nothing. I don't duck no fade. I don't duck no fade. He offered up the $100. I stood there and waited. Who gonna take it? Who ready to take me? Take me for him, cause let him tell it. He gonna hand you a 100. He gonna hand you a honcho if you do your big one on me. So let me see your big one. Let me see your big one. Let me see what you got. Cause you feel me? Cause if you watch Baddies, and I know I'm older. I am a OG. Don't nobody want to fight Big Legs. Don't nobody want to fight Big Ivory. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Safe. So needless to say, nobody took the $100. And if they were to do that, I have gotten to a point that now in all means I want to say this as a woman. You touch me, I'm gonna touch you. But I'm not gonna go looking for nothing. But I have all rights as any individual. If you, I'm gonna touch you back. So, but I'm not gonna go. I don't look for trouble. But if you started up in that sky, I'm gonna finish it. I'm not gonna come from a. And see, I'm gonna say this to this individual too, and I mean this. You are the same individual that when you got upset that happened, and I'm talking directly to her, because right now she gonna watch this video, so just give me 1 minute. You are the same individual that call yourself taking out on me that your car broke down when I was there. You monitor my Q&As for the last 2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years ago, you monitored. Not now. It's been years since you did it. But you the same individual that was monitoring my Q&As. And I told you, sitting at that very table in your house when your car was down, I looked you in your face and I said, sis, you got the place to stay and I got the car. We gonna make it work. You putting a roof over my head until my house get ready. I'm gonna provide a ride for us. I'm on Q&A, just like I'm talking to y'all right now. And I tell her before she go to work, I said, now let me know when you're ready for work, when you get off, so I'm gonna come get you. I guess she seen me on there, she didn't call, whatever it was her fault, and she took accountability and apologized. And I want to say that again, very honest. She took account. It took her 2 days, but it was like a, come on. She came in the house. I'm on the live like I'm talking to y'all. She's storming up the stairs. Now, mind you, me and my kids don't know nobody here. You storming through your house. This is after your oldest ain't speaking. We ain't did nothing to these people. Okay? So, your oldest ain't never speaking. And then now you come home, and because you having a bad day with your car, you storming through the house, you slamming stuff, you storming up the stairs, somebody be so mad they cause a breeze in your house, like they swoop by. You that damn mad. You basically shaking the damn tables, came Shell say. You shake the motherfucking table. Okay. As a woman that's respectful, I let it go. It's your house. But then when I seen the fear and intimidation on my children's face from them feeling uncomfortable because you're storming through the house because you're upset about your vehicle and I'm offering my car up, I faded to black again. And I don't really like to fade to black. And I remember you saying when I did fade to black, we outside your house. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs like I just went off on your brother. Same tone I just had with your brother, I had with you. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs because now you have took me to my point. When you start fucking with my kids, that's it. It's all bets off. I'm just not like you. If I have four, I'm gonna keep four. And I don't care how you feel. You the same individual that tried to tell me that I need to get closer to my adoptive children, whom I grown. Grown, did you hear me? Adopt kids that I raised that was foster children, whom I still look at as my kids, but they end up they're adults now. Oh, y'all need to have a close relationship. Because they here with me. But then you got four, and then the other two not here. And then you telling me, what did you say? It took me a minute. It's a lot of things I wanted to say to you that I hadn't said. So this is my purge video. Okay? So with that being said, that was just weird off the bat. You should go rethink your life and your priorities. Because why would you think that you can criticize or even tell an adult woman, I think I met you at 41, two kids I had in my custody my whole life. Never not had them. Always had them. Forever. Okay? You telling me that I need to build a closer relationship with an adult child that has now had her own child. I need to reach out more often. Sense though. When anybody can make that make sense, including her brother, that's why he got mad. And then that's why he said, "Oh, I'm gonna offer up $100 if somebody get at you." Well, maybe you should take that money and help her get an investigator to get the children all back. So, I mean, that would make sense to me. Why y'all keep messing with me? Like even tonight, he walked all the way to the car, talking to me. I'm like, what are you talking to me for? Why are you here? I kept asking it, and that's how I kept escalating. I'm like, you know, we don't, good job. Full moon though, every time it always happens. But my point is, he was more trying to defend the situation, and that's how it kind of blew up. There's no defending this. There ain't nobody that can defend this situation. Okay, if Johnny Cochran, rest in peace, was here, Johnny Cochran, he got OJ off. He ain't gonna get you off. That's not gonna happen. Not the same situation. There's too much supporting evidence about your bullshit. So with that being said, I just wanted to let you know, it really just shame on you, and karma comes to everybody. You know what you put out in the universe, it has no choice but to come back to you. And so I sleep well at night knowing that karma is gonna get you. And for really, you know, if you don't know me, I ghosted her after the mistreatment of the children went on for weeks. The child, excuse me, oldest child, the other child, no issues. The oldest one, it was like she, and what was really crazy is it's like she couldn't even get her oldest child, you know, in check. As a woman, I feel like when we birth children, there should still be some amount of respect that your child gives you, whether they're grown or not. There should be some level of respect. So what I found to be crazy is that you telling your adult daughter, I have company, they're going to be here for a couple weeks, you need to speak. They're speaking to you, speak back. Why are we even at that point? Why do you have to help her with that? Because you don't have to help her have sex. You don't have to help her do any of that in the bedroom. You're not there participating. 69 going on, you ain't helping her. But now you got to revert back to, oh, you got to help her know that, no, that's bullshit. And I won't accept that. I just won't accept that. I'm at the point that, as Eminem and Jay-Z was saying, I'm on some renegade shit. Like, I'm cool with standing by myself. And see, as I always say, and your brother got the right one. Because tonight is when I'm like, you know what? It's the full moon. I'm on some spell shit. I would leave me alone, though. Because I'm in a protection mode. And no, and not in a manner of 3D. I need to go get a bat. No, 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 no. We gonna do better than that. So these spirits about you tonight, and how you and your brother have disturbed my peace. I always say, true gangsters move in silence. So guess who the realest gangsters is? Behind me. My deceased relatives, my ancestors, the ethers, the angels, the gangsterest gangsters on my team. I don't need to do all that your brother did. I don't have to call nobody, have nobody beat up. Baby, nobody on that. Ain't nobody on that. Get your ghetto ass brother. Get his countryman ass. Do something with him. Okay? Because as I said, somebody failed somewhere. Don't care if you're mad about it. Failed. Sorry. So, with that being said, every time going forward, even if I see you, the children, him, I'm just gonna go live. I was really trying to load the live this morning, a few minutes ago, so you can see him going on his little rampage. Him walking around. Oh, you come here. Can you come here? I talked to my hand girl. I talked to my hand girl. I got $100 if you do this to this girl. I circle back to is the day the situation happened with your car. You said that when I was going off outside, you was like, I seen something in you that scared me. You was like, I was scared straight. I don't know what that was. It was still me, but it was a side of me you don't want to fuck with. So let me break that down. As a spiritual person, when you become awakened, you rename yourself because you try to put the person that you used to be behind you. When you're not spiritual, a lot of things you do could be devilish, demonic, looked down upon, human experiences. So, but that person was always on defense mode, always guarded, always ready to go. That's Janine. Phoenix is healed. She tries to keep to herself. She will get with the shits, but she don't want to. She don't want to. She try not to have to. So with that being said, that you came in and you, even though you apologized for it, but you spread the toxicity to the children. It was more so of Phoenix going and was like, hey, Janine, we need you right quick. She tripping. We need you to protect us. Janine is the protector. Janine is a survivor. Janine is the one that's like, I gotta defend. I gotta protect. Janine is the warrior. And so with that being said, it's like I didn't want to become the warrior. Saying, not found. Boom. Hey, hold on, y'all. Okay. Um, when I start, get your game on. Hold on, y'all. I'm doing something real quick. Let me make sure I did what I did my big one. Hold on. Got something to say. So, um, so I know y'all just wonder why I paused. Everybody that was talking shit in the comments, I just reported them and YouTube removed them. So let me know if you got anything else. Anybody else got anything negative to say? I can go ahead and report you and remove you too. So I'm gonna give everybody a minute to regroup before I finish. But that's what I'm on. So I don't hit it tonight. So if you got something negative to say and it's unnecessary and it's just crazy, and it has nothing to do with the video, you're gone. Because we're not doing that tonight. I'm not on that. That, yeah. Um, maybe Anna. Let me finish what I was saying. I was trying to read the comments. I was trying to catch up on them, but I couldn't. I'm gonna wrap this up because it's been an hour. But my point is, the South has made me maybe become my old self in some ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm completely still Phoenix, but I'm really getting tired of having to wake up the gangster in me. I find it to be unnecessary, baffling in some ways to me because it's more so I came here to heal. I came here to grow. I came here to meet people. I came here to be happy. I didn't come to be her clutch, crutch, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I damn sure didn't come to sit and hubby my own friend. So, and the truth of the matter, I want to say a couple other things. Besides the fact that we don't parent the same. We don't parent the same at all. Because that oldest that you got could not be my oldest. Because I lay hands. Whether you an adult or not, and y'all, and anybody, you can say whatever you want to say to me. Anybody in chat, I don't give a fuck. Okay? As Bill Cosby once said, I brought you in this world. I take your ass out. So you're not finna bark at me. Period. Even as an adult, you're gonna humble yourself. I birthed you. I don't know who you think you're talking to. And I'm not gonna let none of my kids, adult or children, disrespect another adult I would never let anybody, none of y'all come to my house and feel uncomfortable, unwanted. Especially if I invited you. If I went out my way to invite you to my house, damn sure you best believe everybody gonna be on one accord, everybody gonna be cool with it, and ain't nobody gonna have nothing to say about it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna disrupt your life. I'm not going to uproot you. You know, you get what I'm saying? Disturb you unless I know for sure I got you. And you didn't have me. You ain't got the kids. You ain't got shit. You ain't got nobody. You ain't got yourself. So I don't know how you thought you was gonna ever have me, because no, um, the only friend I've had, as I always say since I've been here, is Jasmine. And I don't even know why you thought me and you could be friends. That's why I know y'all, and I'm talking directly to her because she's gonna watch the video. She's gonna watch the video. I don't know why you thought that me and you could ever be friends. We have nothing in common. As I got down here, I'm even asking you like, oh, where's that to hang out at? Where's that to go? Naming things for us to do. We sat in your house for 6 weeks, boo. We didn't go nowhere. We didn't even go to the movies. You lived by a trail where we can actually go. Dang, I can't think of the name of it, but it's when they hook the belt. You know, like they hook the belt to your stomach. Is that like the glider in the sky? But you lived in front of basically an area where they provided physical activities, outdoor activities for us. And instead of you know we coming within these 6 weeks. You told my kids, oh, we're gonna go to the movies. That never happened. I can name so many things that just never happened. It was the most depressing experience of my life. I have never even seen anybody like you before. And that's when I knew I was someplace that was really offish. Because I had never, ever, ever in my life met a female friend of mine. And I'm not, listen, this is no disrespect to none of y'all. Maybe you do this. No judgment. Don't know. But for me, I had never met a woman out of 6 to 8 weeks that don't go nowhere. That don't do nothing for herself. Nothing. No nail shop, no out to eat, no movies, no bar, no lounge, no basketball game, no bingo, no museum. I mean, I could go on and on about the no's, but I think you get where I'm going. Why would you think? First of all, from one person to the next, from one sister to the next, I want you to know off the back that shit weird. That shit weird. Unless you in grand mode as a Sag and you have a goal to reach, like, okay, I need to reach this money goal. You sit in the house for 6 weeks straight, and then you invite somebody down here with you. Places to go. Everything you telling me, everything closed at 12 down here. Maybe 1, 2. I done found 8 to 10 clubs that open at 2 a.m. that's open right now down here. Not that I wanted to go. It was just the point of, why don't you know that? That's how I knew me and you are not the same. Me and you can't vibe. So this was, to me, in some way, a mistake. I'm not going to say necessarily me coming here, but our encounter as meeting, it was a huge mistake. We have nothing in common. I think that a lot of people think when you have the same zodiac sign as people, we go off the strength. Oh, we got this in common, and but that's not the case. That's not always the case. Just because you're an Aries don't mean you're gonna get along with an Aries. Just because you're a Scorpio don't mean you're gonna get along with Scorpio. So on and so forth. That's just not always. So I think it was more of okay, well maybe Phoenix is Sag. I'm a Sag. That didn't work. We're not the same. So one thing I pride myself on, and just a little bit, I ain't got that much pride, is being honest with myself. Being honest with myself and very transparent with myself at all times. Even if I'm doing something that was not correct, I just like to be truthful with myself because there's no need to live a lie. Because where would that get us? So, this video was just really, like I said, everybody always asks me, how did you end up down here? What was the situation? And why do you feel the way you feel about the South? It's never no shade to directly the South. But in some retrospect, it is because at the end of the day, at home, they don't act like this. And no, I'm not expecting them to be like it was when I was in Indiana. But fair game is fair game. Here we go. Let's see. Reciting Robin wrote. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I was just reading. I tried to read some of y'all comments. About throwing shade. It's about protecting my family. Hello from Texas. Um, you right. You right. But I just really wanted to express, um, as a Sagittarius, how I keep going from being very emotional to, like wanting to cry about it. And then going to, and not necessarily about the situation, and I'm maybe as a human, let me not say as a Sag, it could just be as a human. I get so flustered and angry trying to express how I feel about the situation that it infuriates me. And then I'll start crying. But I've learned to channel that, express that in a very positive way. Well, especially where people can understand and relate to what I'm saying. And it was just very unnecessary. It was and when I say you, I'm talking to you, Sagittarius. I'm talking to you, the individual that invited me down here. I'm talking to you. Sagittarius, I'm talking to you. You know who you are. What is it just, I think the part that is unsettling to me that I get stuck on is that you really invited me down here and you weren't happy with yourself. I think that's the part that kind of sticks with me, and it kind of is like, damn, she really had no happiness, and she really was really ready to, to share this. Because how do you be friends? How did you ever think that me and you could be friends when your oldest daughter don't ever speak. It was never even about me staying in your home for those 6 weeks. She never was gonna speak whether I stayed there or not. So what type of bond do you think we was gonna build with such a rude child around? And a child that I know you whom are still cool with, you still talking to, and the sad part about it is, um, you guys feel nothing behind it. When you are really a chosen one, and you are really walking with the Most High, you walk with integrity. So certain things you do after you do them, even if it is in demonic, devilish energy, it guilts you. So what really is disturbing is that you're not guilty to me. God has guilted you, but in some way you're not reflecting that or even acknowledging that, and that's the disgusting part. Um, we all as humans have flaws. We all as humans make mistakes, but yours, to me, I'm gonna say this: you have been um, any ex has. And as a woman, I know everybody like, damn, because everybody got that one ex. You be like, I would never. Oh hell, that she has surpassed all of them. She has surpassed every ex I have as far as how I feel about her as a person. If that makes any sense. Um, I would rather talk to them and probably have a better understanding with them than her. So, because that just the behavior that what I have seen was unacceptable. So between your brother being irate and disrespectful tonight, and you taking me to a fight as soon as I get off the plane, and then taking me to your house where your daughter don't speak, and then you coming in, it was just one. It was so freaking toxic. I'm a hermit. I could be an old lady. I go to sleep. I'm at my business. I laugh at TV. I don't be on that. And bless you. At the end of the day, you and your family, um, had really blew up. Your brother was steadily trying to talk to me and my sister. And my daughter just speaking and talking. We cannot kumbaya, as I told him. We can't be cool. We can't act like everything's peachy keen because it's not. And this is what I want to say. Apologies have not been given, and they probably won't. But it's heavy on the expectations, and if it never happens, that's completely fine. But as I said, a humble woman that walks with God with integrity would be like, you know what, that was really messed up. That was really, but a woman that walks with the devil would be completely fine with what's going on. So hopefully you decide where you're at. But as I told your brother, I was like, I'm not saying it's not forgivable, but I have nothing to say behind the fact that we going back and forth about an adult daughter and a child. Like my daughter was 12 at the time. She wasn't even a teenager. The fact that we going back and forth about an 11-year-old feeling uncomfortable, and y'all really trying to defend it. Y'all really trying to defend it. You always be accountable. The oldest person is always supposed to be accountable, especially when it's coming to kids and adults. Come on now. But, that may not be your course of train of thought. So I say this to say, with all honesty, intentionally stay out your way. I don't want to see you. I hope you don't want to see me. You asked me for forgiveness. I've already forgave you. And I know you're going to say you have asked for forgiveness, y'all. The one thing she did ask for forgiveness for was when she came in the house that day. She decided to walk home for no reason when she could have called me to pick her up, and she just wanted to walk home to be irate and irritated. That day she could have particularly have called me, but that was by choice. So I would just say to that I want to say that it was problems that was being made. It's one thing to have an issue, but it's another thing to create one. And in my eyes, every day you or your oldest daughter created an issue, not your youngest. Youngest, as I said, and I'm gonna stand on that, sweet as pie. I don't know. It was some self entitlement that went on with the oldest one. It was also, and I'm gonna be honest, I also felt like it was a colorist thing. And they are of African American descent, but I'm dark skinned. And so is the person I'm talking about. But I feel like the oldest one was color struck. We could get deep because it's different shades of black. And this conversation could go places that somebody might feel some type of way. So I'm not gonna go there. But I wanted you to know I peeped every single thing. And I got it stored back here for when I need it. And what I mean by that is when I needed, like tonight, when he tried to come for my crown, talking to me crazy. He went from talking about y'all had to see this. I wish I could have went live. I was trying. He went from talking about his sister. Oh, she shouldn't have invited you down here. And then, oh, I can't stand her. We ain't even that close. I don't even deal with her like that. Oh, y'all, it's real toxic. Y'all real sick. But I felt like this was the proper place because I want you, and once again I'm talking to her, not y'all. I want you to rewind the video. I want you to go back and watch it a million times. I want you to because I want you to tell me. And this is what I want to say to you, your brother, your oldest daughter. My phone number ain't changed. If you know me and you know my number, it's still the same. If you got a problem with me, or if your brother still talking crazy, y'all can call me. We can do whatever needs to be done. Because what I'm not gonna do is I'm never gonna duck no fade. That ain't even me. I ain't gonna duck shit. But I would tread lightly though. Because to keep threatening the witch, I mean, I think you know what time it is. And I'm saying that to say to the person I'm talking to. I stayed at your house, so you should know how I get down. And when I say that, that's not a threat, that's a promise. And that's me telling you, and you know me, I'm going to tell my spirit guides. All I got to do is at the end of the day say, hey, you know what? This person is a distraction. This person is making me not pay attention to the things I need to do. And what I mean is, itemized the devil's playground. So I would tell spirit, you're trying to idle me up, get me hyped up, and I'm going to just let my spirit guides get you. So I would just let's just let sleeping dogs lie. That's how I feel. Um, I would just like for you and everyone that is around you, if you could just do me one favor, to just keep this equal. Don't say nothing to me no more. Nobody say nothing to me. Act like I don't even know me. Stop talking about that you invited me down here. Stop bringing up my name. And then you probably gonna say, I ain't brought up your name. I ain't saying nothing about you, and I don't even know how long your name ain't came up, I bet. So with that being said, let's keep it that way then. Because what grown woman don't apologize for inviting me down here to a fight? It's so many apologies they gotta be given. I don't even know where to start. So you say that, I say there. I say here, you say there. And I'ma just leave it be. I hope not to encounter your brother no more. But do something with him. And then in my mind I keep saying, well damn, she couldn't do nothing with her daughter. Ain't gonna be able to do nothing with your brother. And what I also notice about people, I'm gonna say this to y'all too. 43 people in the chat, 43 thumbs up. Have you ever noticed that whether it be a friend, a family member, coworker, the people that try to control your shit the most, like, I'm a UCC again. I'm a UCC again. So that's like me trying to tell CC she should do this with her kids and she should do that with her man. But my shit is crazy. One thing I have noticed, and I want y'all to know, the majority of people that come across y'all, they're always trying to tell y'all what to do with y'all life and what you should be doing better and what you need to change. Every time they point that finger at you, telling you what you need to do, they got 3 fingers pointing back at them. Okay? So they need to do that before telling you. It's really disgusting that people don't do that. And my biggest regret is not finding out who you truly were. It's amazing how, with 44 people in the chat, 44 thumbs up, it is amazing how your brother painted me to be the villain. But if you know me, you know that if I done brought out my Bible, baby, I ain't telling nothing but the truth. And by the way, as Nene Leaks would say, I kept my receipts, baby. So when I tell you I got witnesses about this, that, period. Period. Say that it was me, okay? And I make sure of that because I know how people like to just make up stories and say, "Oh, well, no, I didn't do nothing." Like now, you know. So, but I just found it hilarious that it was you. They tried to warn you about me. How you? Because words get cut, and I said warn you about me. Just you only got one sibling like me. You got one brother. He just told everybody outside how much he can't stand you like that. How you get on his nerves and how y'all not that close. You'll never hear my sister say that. That's not how me and my family roll. That's just not. We don't do that. And and even if we had a problem with each other, we definitely not gonna talk to somebody else about the problem. We gonna talk to each other, so we see each other. Period. You feel me? So I can warn you. But anyway, y'all. Needless to say, rises. It's gonna be a different Phoenix. I'm really at my breaking point. And when I say that, I want to say as retrograde for me has made me be like, you know what? Put your foot down. Stop being a doormat and stop taking people's shit. Stop letting people treat you a certain way. And that's everybody. And I hope you feel the same way about yourself. If you are growing as an individual and you are spiritual, one thing you should have learned by now is that loving yourself is like the most important thing. You cannot love anybody else until you truly love yourself. And the only way you can really get to know if you really love yourself is if you test it. You gonna let that friend do you like that, or you gonna let that man or that woman do you like that? When you start putting your foot down in aspects of that and stop really saying, hey, I ain't the one. That is a whole different person. So for me, that's not the energy that I was getting off of her. I was getting torn, broken, and unhealed. Okay, so needless to say, an alpha can't roll with a beta, baby. My grandma named Alpha. I'm an alpha female. I can't roll with no beta, and you was a beta. And you showed me you was a beta when you let your daughter treat me. That was the first way of letting me know, like, you really, yeah, you soft. Cause mine could never, could never. So I ain't gonna keep y'all. I just felt like, it was something that I needed to share. And I'm hoping after this video, nobody else asks me, how did you get down there in South Carolina? Who did you know? What happened? And because I'm at the point of like, it's been talked about so much over, and it's been 3 years, y'all. If y'all want to know how long I've been down here, July 29th. It made 3 years. Get the best out of it. It's not what I expected. People always ask me, what's my issues? This might really hurt your feelings. And I'm really talking to her too. One thing about this area of South Carolina, it's very fraudulent and fake. They live like they live in the 1900s, early 1900s. And what I mean by that is that they're just behind on the times as far as like understanding things, getting things done. It's a different vibe. Say too how I know she got me down here. I hope that one thing about me being gullible and not doing my research, I had no idea that it's really overpopulated down here. Where I'm at in this particular area that I won't say I'm in, but it's crowded. It's overly crowded. Where when I was at home, that's not the situation. And that's what I mean by I could have said where I was at. Like How do you invite somebody down somewhere where it's overpopulated? That doesn't make sense. But you're so pressed to have a friend, to say you're doing something. Like I said, I had to put it all together because it was like, to me, I was your protege or like a Barbie doll, or something you could sit on a shelf. You went around telling everybody. It was just real sick. It was just real sick. Okay. And that's why I just had to ghost the whole situation. Like, once my place got ready, even in my mind, and one thing about her, she's smart. She knew before my place got ready that I wasn't gonna deal with her like that. You could feel the energy in the house had shifted. Wasn't nobody talking to nobody. Wasn't nobody saying nothing to nobody. It was just like we was all waiting for me to go. Okay. And the oldest had already moved out. That was her way of calling herself hurting her. Like, oh, you want to invite her down here, so I'm just gonna move out. It was just really bizarre. So when I finally did, get my place, I just up and left, and I just wanted to keep it that way. Of course, I had to go there and get mail once, I think, or twice, and we had a conversation. But nothing will ever be the same. I forgive, but I never forget, and I just never deal with you like that. Like, we had nothing in common anyway. Once I sat there for them 6 weeks and realized that's how you lived, it was like no. So, but this has been a very, I want to say interesting, because I don't want to say traumatic, because I ain't never scared. But it has been a very interesting overall. Um, was not what it was cracked up to be, but I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with moving on. I'm fine. Everybody's fine. We'll be cool. I'm just more, and so now, like I said, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna let y'all go to sleep. I was up, and I was like, let me make this video before I go to bed. Um, but tomorrow with this full moon, I just feel like it brings a new phoenix, and a couple other things that have transpired in the last 3 years from now, going back from this exact moment to the day I got here, has really changed me and showed me so many different things. And to these things in a better energy. And I feel like the only way to do that was to put this to bed. And tonight, as I'm putting myself to bed, I'm putting this story to bed. So, to be honest with y'all, I feel like I just got it all off my chest. I feel like y'all know, y'all done made some comments, but that's really what went on, y'all. Just no different than, and I hope you guys will never do that as subscribers and followers. Don't be inviting nobody to y'all house, and knowing, don't befriend an influencer with ill intent or even selfish intent. And what I mean by that is for you to gain. Um, I should have already fell off the fact that she had to tell everybody that I was coming down here. Your brother, your mother, that's fine, but it's like, why? It just stirred up more confusion, and that's how we got here. And I'm a real cool, laid back, chill type of person. I feel like for me, the South got to know a different side than Indiana. Now, don't get me wrong, Indiana know all sides of me, but I've been more guarded and defensive. The stories that she might have to say, like, oh, Phoenix was mean, that because I came in and slammed the door. I take those things with a grain of salt, and the reason why I say that is because as long as I know in my heart that I was doing, being a good person, coming in there with genuine intent, not to use you, not to, I was really coming to build a friendship and a bond, and you let me down. And I really mean that. From one African American woman to another one, I'm extremely let down. And I'm let down to the point that I don't really even want no more friends. And I've been feeling like that for a while now. And I kind of just been don't get me wrong, I go out and I meet people, but it was just disgusting. So, as I tell y'all good night, I just wished her the best of luck. I hope y'all have a good night. Was anybody talking to me that I missed that I wanted to engage with? I just want to say I'm gonna take 2 minutes. I read some of the comments. Am I missing anything? Oh. Oh. Dana, I have no idea what we're talking about. Anybody else need me? Said rising from the ashes is the rebirth. Yeah, it's the rebirth of Phoenix, the bird. And they tried to take me down to the ashes today. Dang, it's crazy. Yep, tried to ash me down, but I rise. What Maya Angelou say, still I rise, and I will rise. And when I rise tomorrow, I'm stronger. I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm gonna meditate and I'm on my shit tomorrow. And I mean that. And I mean that as far as my efforts focused on me, my self care, what I got to do. I'm blocking out any bullshit. The devil will use the weakest link on your team, and he'll even use people around you to distract you, to get you off into it. And I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not. I'm not entertaining any devils. So I'm gonna do me, keep to myself. I'll probably be back live tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably come back and chat with y'all tomorrow because it's been a nice chat. I haven't talked to y'all in so long, and I just felt the need to engage with y'all. Hey from South Africa. Look at the rainbow. This Virgo chosen. I can high five you on that. When you see a person true colors, is it disturbing for y'all sometimes? I mean, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm just disturbed right now. What the ghetto is really going on? Dana, I'm gonna do me. Jerry, I don't think nobody thought you had nothing to have, babe. Don't get. I don't think you should get offended. Disturbing. It is. I think I'm so. That's why I'm saying, whoa. I'm finna roll my head and go to bed, but I just, ooh, child. Let me say something. Get up tomorrow. I just gotta tell y'all that. Like, you have no idea when I'm waking up. I really want y'all to know it's been one. Miss Niceness is gone. That shit is over with. When I tell you this block list when it gets so long, I'm finna stop talking to people. I'm finna disengage. I'm finna to find my way and be in my own little world. I'm just so ooh. The one she was picking with, she about to be 14 in September, and she said this was like 2 or 3 days ago. We was in the kitchen, and this is not about. Let me say this before I say what I'm gonna say about what she said. Don't get it twisted. She was not talking about nobody I'm dating, nobody I was married to, nobody I got kids with. That's not what she meant. So let me say that first. She says, we in the kitchen. She's like, Mama, 13 years old now. Hmm. She's, I feel so bad for you. That's what my baby said. So hard. So one thing, the first thing that stood out is most teenagers are selfish because that's just what you do when you're a teenager. We all been there. Teenage years, you like, whatever, it's about me, it's about me, it's about me. For that baby to say that, bodied everything I was feeling in that moment. I was like, wow, like, she's like, my heart goes out to you some days. I be really feeling bad for you, mama. That let me know she sees me how I see myself some days. And you just don't want your kid to see you. But nobody. But it's always been an issue that my kindness always get taken for my weakness. And when I turn into a Tasmanian devil, everybody want to run and hide on the tables and wonder why the fuck I'm going off. But it be me my back is pressed against the wall. Like, you didn't push me in this corner to the point of no return. You know, you have brought out the flame. You brought out Phoenix. Like, this ain't what the fuck you want. And I don't want to be that person. I just told her, I said, do you know that the majority of the time, like me and my 13-year-old was having some conversation. She was like, do you know? I said, she did, you know, majority of the time, you, you seem so sad. And it's not that I'm sad. Um, I'm not sad in the sense of, and I want to break this down to y'all too. I'm not sad in the sense of like, oh, my love life's bad. Oh, my mom's mad at me. That's not the same type of sadness. Or out to humans that can't relate to other humans or even animals. My heart goes out to people that are in need, that are misunderstood. My heart goes out to anybody that is in pain. And by me being an empath, it could just get real. At some point, when you become awakened, some part of you has to become so mature that when you fall out with people, you still pray for them on your hands and knees. And my ex I just broke up with a couple weeks ago, I still pray for him every day. That won't change. A couple of subscribers on here that I got close with, and I'm not gonna name no names. Majority of them are Sagittarius. We didn't fell out over something stupid every night, every day, or whenever I pray, which is once a day. When I get on my knees, I ask the Most High to watch over you. And I mean that with all sincerity. Whether you like me or not. Whether you like me or not. You ain't gotta like me. You don't gotta even pray for me. This is not for me to get clout. I just want you to understand why I'm at in my life. Ain't nobody, I don't want y'all to, oh yeah, no, no. I ain't doing it for no hero cookie. And I appreciate you acknowledging it. But what I want to say is that I do that because that's what I feel I'm supposed to do. That's my relationship with me and the Most High. I, that's just me. Nobody gonna take that from me. I done been cussed out by somebody and went home and prayed for them. Some of y'all done did me so dirty, and I still pray for you. And I don't know why God keep telling me to say shame on them. Every time I think about how y'all done me, I hear the Most High say shame on them. And it's crazy because the Bible today was about the Last Supper. When I read the Bible today, the Bible this morning was about the Last Supper. It was the part in the Bible, and I must explain it in my hood way, the best way I can. But it was the part in my dyslexic way. If you don't like it, click the off, okay? But it was the best part of the Bible. It was a part of the Bible when the Most High had prophesied to Judas, that you gonna betray me. You're gonna do it. And he said, no, 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 I ain't gonna do that. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you tripping. I think you sure? Cause this me now. This me. And he like, no, tomorrow about 6, 7 o'clock, you gonna betray me. Somebody gonna ask you, do you know me? You gonna say no. Here we are. So I just felt like that was real. That energy is what flowed for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? And you said revelations are happening. Yeah. I hope they keep happening. I hope they keep happening. But I ain't gonna keep y'all, like I said, keep me in y'all prayers. I just needed to retrograde has really, it's done a lot. It's done a lot. Like, even when I just started this live, y'all see how many jackasses just got on here talking about, oh, you're stupid, you're slow, it's a mouse, it's a roach, it's a bird, it's a plane behind you. What the fuck are you talking about? Go to bed. Go to bed. Because ain't nothing behind me but the Holy Spirit. What? And this full moon has really time swell. Um, mm, mm. Yeah, let me see what you said. Chosen. Dang, you said the full moon. I know it's the full moon, but is you sure it's the blood moon, Dana? I don't. I know it was a little. The color was a little off. You said the harvest moon. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying you're not correct. I did notice it was a little pinkish red, but I thought I was tripping. I'll keep y'all. I just, ooh. I'm just gonna let y'all go. Because I got a lot more to say, but it's just, I'm just talking to the Holy Spirit. I done done enough tonight. What you, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, um, y'all, I was just heated tonight. It was just really long, but nevertheless, I will be on TikTok tomorrow. I probably won't be back on YouTube today. Today is now Sunday. Oh, well, Saturday, excuse me. So maybe tomorrow. Well, Sunday. Let's just go with Sunday. Kids go back to school on Monday. I just posted for Patreon members. So if you are a member, make sure you watch. But other than that, I just had to tell y'all, like, it's just been, don't move to South Carolina. If you're looking to relocate, don't come to South Carolina. Ain't nothing shaking, baking, ain't nothing happening. Okay? Um, I think it's, I'm going to be leaving soon because this is just not where I feel like I belong and where I want to stay at. So it would just be best to, um, but I am sending y'all love and lights. If I do go live tomorrow, you will get the notification. We'll see how that goes. You say in North Carolina? Man, that's probably cooler there than it is here. This is just, girl, this has just been, man, people don't speak, they just weird here. It's like they're not from America. It's like, it's not just that they from a different area from where I'm at. It just come off as they from like America. Like, I mean, not from America. It's like foreign here. Nothing makes sense. Like, mm-mm. A friend that stay out there. I've never been there myself, but that might be. I haven't never really traveled as much as I wanted to. There are some places I still haven't been that I plan on going to. Time my head, y'all. So, um, really important. And at this point, y'all, little hermit mode. But y'all just, watch this video back and, especially if you just coming in and you just not watching it. You need to watch me from the beginning. You need to know how all this shit started from the beginning to the end. Like, and if you have a good night too, boo. Oh, said you want to talk to me in person. uh, half the people that I have gave my channel to from the South gonna watch this, and y'all gonna be offended, but it's the truth. That's what I was gonna say before I left. I was gonna say one thing because I like I like to investigate stuff, and I'm not knocking nobody. I don't know where y'all at, but where I'm from in Indiana, it's a such thing called emissions test. Anybody know what that is? The emissions test is usually they put your car in a machine, right, to make sure basically it's not polluting the universe. You have to, pass an inspection every other year. In Indiana, they be like, okay, we're gonna test all the odd year cars this year. So whatever year it is, so it's 2025. So in Indiana, they're testing all the 3, 5, 7, 9 odd number cars. Okay. So I end up coming here. I asked these mugs down here, even the guy was there, and I said, y'all take admissions? Where the admissions clinic at? It's down here. clean car check. It's called a clean air car check or whatever. It's basically saying your car is not polluting the air. This is a car that's clean, that's safe for you to drive and not pollute the air. If this state has never, this was one of the last states to be free too, right? One of the last states to be free. If this state has never, okay, ever took emissions, can you imagine being born and raised here and breathing that in from now to a child? That is what made me think that when I'm talking to people, they slow. And I hope she's watching this. But I think you're slow too. I really genuinely think that, and it's no disrespect. People keep it's if you've been in a state your entire life, and that state allows you to just pay a fee versus putting it on a machine to see if you are sending out horrible smoke, basically, or things we're breathing in, that could cause brain damage. The chemicals that's coming out the car, that's leaking out the car when you don't pass emissions, could be something that could be health risk physically. That's not a problem here. But if you coming from a place that has taken emissions and you start talking to people around you that ain't never took it, when I tell you it's like talking to somebody that would have a brain. Every time I'm down, I be like, y'all should have took emissions. Y'all should have taken it because it's not. Y'all done breathe too much in, and now it's creating a problem. You don't understand what I'm saying, and that's what I mean. So on that note, it's a different world down here. Okay, from where I'm coming from, we got to take emissions, baby, and we got to pass. Or that car got to be set down. Weird again. So it's just, some of my things that's weird. But I'm going to go to bed because I got to walk these dogs at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to get these 3-4 hours of sleep. I'm sending you love and light. I'm probably going to be in hermit mode tomorrow, just rethinking my life. I may go live, I may not. But as I said before I end this video, if you have a problem with me or anything I said, if you got my phone number, call it, text it. I ain't ducking nothing. I'm not ducking no smoke. I'm not ducking nothing I said. I ain't got no problem with opening my mouth again. The truth is the light, and I don't care who get offended by it. So if anything I said is a problem, you can email me. You can call me. I don't change my number for purposes like this. So when somebody's like, oh, I tried to call. No, you didn't. Phone number been the same for 20 years. I answer it. Even if you call private, I answer it because I'm not ducking no smoke. With all that being said, have a good night. Love and light.